Okay, y'all, I am back with the camera fully charged. All right, so let's go ahead and break it on down with the energy analysis of Tupac Shakur. So, first things first, we have two major arcana cards at the bottom. We have the Temperance card. As you can see here, this individual, she is, cooking in the kitchen. And of course, when it comes to making food, practice makes perfect. And patience is the key, especially with what she's handling. Like she's a chocolatier in this image. But, having the patience and perfecting the craft. Meanwhile, you got the hangman as well, within the root chakra as well. So at the root of Tupac Shakur is like he's gaining new perspectives with this hangman, because it does give the red essence as the root chakra energy. Even though within in this particular deck, the Temperance card holds the root chakra energy, as well as this Hangman card holds the crown chakra aspect. So, with that being said, it, to say the least, is an alignment, but it's not to a certain degree, because we got two different perspectives on this. So, at the root of Tupac's energetic standpoint, when it comes to his foundation, like there's a sense of trust in the process with this hangman card, because there were some parts in his life where there was uncertainty, there were stalemate, but there's the needed factor of him surrendering to the will and releasing and letting go of things that was not serving his highest good at the time. Meanwhile, practicing patience in the form of perfecting the craft, okay? Being content. And with this Temperance card in this particular deck, the heart chakra is associated with that. So, just keep those two in mind. It's the heart, the the crown chakra with this card, and then of course the heart chakra. So as you can see here at the heart, we have the devil card, another major arcana card, and then at the crown we have the daughter of baskets. Okay, so that's just a little tidbit as dissecting this thing. So, all right. So when it comes to his stability, his security, and his survival, he always had to find a new perspective, which hence this impasse is here. He had to find other ways to get around situations that he would be in or encounter at the time, and then be patient and trust in the process while doing so. Okay, and especially when it came to what he brought to the table as not only an individual, but as an artist, as a creator, as a visionary. To proceed forward, we have the sacral chakra region. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So if it was in the upright, as you can see here, this individual, she is standing in front of law enforcement, that the law enforcement is barricaded with their shields, their clear shields. But you can see this individual here, she's dressed in white. She's exuding purity, innocence, and not being a threat. Okay, however, with it being the reverse and his spread, it's basically him. He feel like there's a feeling of either accepting one's limits or compromising your beliefs, when it comes to your morals, your values, because it goes right back to the root where you establish your morals and your values, and in order to navigate in society. So there was probably a certain part in his life, or just several circumstances in his life, where he was encountering either accepting one's limits, in other words, knowing your limits. It's to where you're not sacrificing or compromising your beliefs. My eye is twitching, so that must be confirmation of that. Furthermore, with the solar plexus region, we have the Mother of Knives here. So as you can see here, this individual here, she has a knife in her hand, as well as the bullseye. So when it comes to the swords, or in this aspect, the knives in this deck, the knives are associated with the sword suit in regular tarot, dealing with the intellect and the mind. So there was a state of mental, when it comes to the Mother of Knives in this deck, is dealing with the truth, being a warrior, witty, setting clear boundaries, and the list goes forward. Forthright, perceptive. So when it comes to this being the solar plexus region, there was a willpower to set clear boundaries with people, and in himself, he was pretty witty with his self-confidence and his self-esteem, his acceptance, and who he is made, and becoming who he is supposed to be, right? And so there was a need to making sure that he gathers all the facts before he makes a decision, basically. And also having the confidence that he'll, whatever circumstances that he goes through, that he'll be able to come out on top regardless of what comes into his way. Okay. To move forward with the heart chakra realm, we have the Devil card in here. So with the Devil card, the chakra associated with this major arcana is the root chakra. So that goes right back to here. And of course, like as I said before, keep note that this Temperance card is associated with the heart chakra with this particular deck. So with the Devil card here, the Devil card could represent addictions. It could represent desires, as well as temptation, to say the least. As you can see in this image, you do see the figure up in here, the goat-like figure in this one, with a look like a compass necklace, just trying to figure out which way you want to go, because you do have this sign with multiple directions. One of them says greed, one of them says pride, another trust, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth, like the 7 DEADLY sins, right? So with this being in the heart region, there could have been an instance where he could have been choosing between his heart and his soul, or encountering dangerous relationships, having an honest self-evaluation for confrontation of new desires and stuff like that. So with that being said, what I get from this is just it seems like he was addicted to fulfilling his desires. And since the heart chakra is within the root chakra as well, as I explained before, he, the one question that everybody be asking, or a good amount of people be asking when you are in relationships what do you bring to the table? And that same applies when you are advocating for yourself to provide a stable living for yourself. And the question would be, what can you bring to the table? What value, how are you going to add value for this particular company, this particular industry, or for the greater good in that matter? So the fact that these two sections here are highlighted here, it says a lot. It says a lot, because it's dealing, when you're in this particular industry, you do have to decide on whether you're going to stand in your own values to get the success that you want. It may happen in the slow pace, but at least you're not self-sacrificing yourself in order to get quick fame and stardom. Okay. So that's what I'm getting in that realm. Let me see if there's any other cards that play into a factor to that. Probably detach right here. Detach. Because this detached card, it can go from here to here on that note. And this lack of self-discipline, I'm going to add it here. It can go in this portion, but it could be added into here as well. Moving forward with the throat chakra region, we have the Four of Coins. So this Four of Coins, which is like the Four of Pentacles in regular tarot, it represents the conservatism and the security. Basically, with this particular card, or just with the Four of Pentacles in general, Four of Pentacles is like conserving resources, or using your money wisely, but at the same time not being a scarcity mindset. Because when you act into a scarcity mindset, it leads to you doing some impulsive decision making and not thoroughly thinking things through, or not gathering enough information for you to make a sound and logical decision, right? So it's important for, and he probably represented it or exude that energy within his music, as in, find the joy that keeps you going. The comparison and the contrast of, hey, we have money to do this, but we're not doing that, and stuff like that. Being the activist that he is in that degree. So is, in this particular manner, it's more of, as you can see, she's holding the cowrie shells behind her back, and with the cowrie shells, that brings, it represents stability, a form of currency, because way back in yesteryears, they did use cowrie shells as a form of currency. So with her having it behind her back, is more like, well, I'm gonna pick and choose where I'm gonna put my money at, and not try, do your hardest not to, whenever you do give, try not to have strings attached while doing so, because that's like cheating the universal law of giving and receiving. So in that matter, it's important, and more likely, if you haven't listened to Tupac already, he exuded that energy of, hey, learn how to think for yourself, go out for what you want to, but not risk your values and beliefs at the same time, and move through abundance, and try to figure out a way how to get out of that scarcity mindset. Because when you develop those scarcity tactics within your mind, it can fester into what could transpire in the physical realm. So it's almost like be careful what you think, because it can manifest its own self type of deal. But y'all get the drift, okay? And now the third eye chakra region, we have the Mother of Wands in reverse. If it wasn't the upright, this will be a confident woman, a confident, a person who exudes the confidence energy. With it being the reverse, though, he knew, there's an act of knowing that there was some emotional instability that lies within that matter, like a some sort of jealousy, insecurity, maliciousness, gluttony, willing to fight for what, because if it was in the upright, the Mother of Wands, she will be willing to fight for what she believes in, no matter what, how uncomfortable a situation is, and allowing the zest of life to color everything you do and practice daily gratitude. So it exudes the passion, the courage, and stuff like that. So there was a sense of knowing of possibly his, it was getting tested, you know, his courage was being tested, possibly. His passion was possibly getting tested. Feeling like he probably doing it all alone type of deal. Let's see with this tribal thing. Probably this tribal shadow plays into a factor as well. Focusing on the little value or importance, or having a shallow surface living, being tunnel vision, one-dimensional in that aspect. So that's what I'm getting on that one. There's a sense of, he knew that there were probably some jealousy tendencies either within his circle, or he had inklings of that into a certain degree, but not too much, you know, or being overly confident to where it seems a bit arrogant, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? People may think it's a little arrogant, but I mean, in order to be sure of yourself and all that in the bag of chips, you have to exude some sort of confidence. But there is a such thing of being confident and overly confident, to where it's like, all right, you're doing too much, okay? Now with the crown chakra region, we have the Daughter of Baskets, and with the baskets, is dealing with the cups, so it'll be dealing with the feelings and emotions. So with this particular card here is talking about with the Daughter of Baskets. I like, anytime I see the daughter of something, I'm like, daughter. But anyways, it's dealing with charm, inspiration, commitment, idealism. You see she's walking through a field of lavender. Lavender gives the soothing, calming vibes, right? And with the lavender being in the color of purple, it exudes the shade between the third eye chakra region and the crown. So definitely tapping into the divine source realm, or the higher self. So it's representing love in all forms, romantic, platonic, and familial. It holds the power to ignite and reignite adoration in relationships. And it's a sign to remind others of their magic when they have forgotten it, and let them know that they matter, they are loved, and they are worthy. So that may be what the divine source was giving to him to relay the message to the collective, or vice versa, however sees fit with that. Now, before I come to a close with this thing, let's go ahead and get some additional messages from here. First things first, I do want to ask the question, Will this case be solved? Will this case be solved? We got a yes with the Queen of Cups. It could be a choice based on sincere feelings, imaginations, dreams, empathy, a cold interest, deep feeling. Your mother or a mother figure may play a significant role in future near events. Even though she's passed away, God rest her soul. We got a yes at the top. And we got a yes at the bottom with the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. It's going to be hasty, quick decisions going to be made. Is going to have some energetic people. It may be consisted of some energetic people. There could be some negotiators along the way. But it's people who love a challenge. And then we got resilience at the bottom. It's going to be an ongoing battle. Some gonna be fatigued, drained of energy. Let's see. Fighting the corner. This is like the last stand type of deal. I do see Sagittarius, 2 Sagittarius up in this camp. This is Cancer sign here. What other zodiac sign I see up in that thing? This is Neptune, giving Neptune with ideals and intuition. That's the third eye chakra. Let's see. Yeah, double. We got Sagittarius vibes up in here with both of these mama jammas. Some person may have a Sagittarius moon up in that up in the placement. Along with a Sagittarius Mars could be in that thing, you know what I'm saying? Or it could start to unfold within Sagittarius in the phase of a lunar cycle with that matter. All right. Let's see. Oh. I'm getting over too. So this may be 2 parts. I'm going to divide it into 2 parts. Okay, so what are the lessons? What lessons could be learned within this investigation? Happiness. So I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And service, I feel good when I can help others. And then, how can this situation improve? How can this situation improve? With some creativity, with the number 3. Now, relationship change and compassion. And last but not least, we're going to get some messages of spirit. Let's see what will be the concluding message for this reading for Tupac and the investigation that has unfolded within our eyes again. Embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel from those negative thoughts. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy and self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there'll be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your goals. It's that inner voice that details those carefully woven plans and inspired passion. Life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that can slowly drain the soul. Now it's time to reignite your passion and rejoin life. This is the opportunity to set goals which will reconnect you with all that is sacred. So it's giving passion throughout this whole entire reading. This is a passionate reading for a passionate individual. So and that's just encouragement for all of us from, him as well, to, follow your dreams and go for your passions, because that's what will lead to a path of fulfillment. Because when you work and it doesn't feel like a job to you, that's when you know that you are on the right path and you're not worn out once you get through doing your day-to-day work activities. Okay, but yeah, that concludes the reading for Tupac Shakur and this investigation. As stated before, y'all already know what cards came out in the beginning in regards to this matter. You see this, it may have an item belonging to the victim. Multiple people were involved in the crime and need to interview more suspects. All right, so be the light to you all. Thank you for tuning in. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself, so you can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next one.